This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Clint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
It's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weight. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show.
Hey, what up? Happy Thursday. The Jason Walker Show, hanging out inside the home man cave and getting ready for a fun show as we talk a lot of football. We have Kyle Mihelish, Capital football coach, joining us a little bit later on. Also going to check in with Travis Rauh, the Townsend football coach. And on this day in history, there's some big matchups this weekend across the state in football. And we'll go through some of them. You can watch on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, listen on Podbean, Network One Sports. Also, JasonWalkerShow.com. That is the place to go. Our Twitter handle, as always, at JWalkerSports or at Jason Walker Show. And you can also email Jason at JasonWalkerShow.com. Crosstown volleyball goes by the way of the Helena High Bengals, who are now 10-0 in the West. That just went final, as the Bengals win the third set to sweep over Capital. Second straight year that Helena High has swept Capital. Some football finals. Flint Creek now 8-0, Drummond-Phillipsburg. Wins the 8-man South, 62-0 win over Sealy Swan. And Titans also have home field throughout the playoffs. Crosstown soccer going up in Great Falls, and GFH boys leading CMR 1-0 at the half. It's kind of a late soccer up there in the Electric City. Okay, the walk-up brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, the premier log home company in the industry. 3 distinct divisions so you can create the log home of your dreams and your budget. You've got milled, handcrafted, and timber frame. Over 50 years experience, 15 different floor plans, and the finest craftsmen available in the state, maybe the West. Get a hold of Montana Custom Log Homes at yourcustomlog.com to get started today. So we know Capital Sentinel tomorrow at Vigilante. Talk to Kyle Mihelish about that one coming up. Also, Helena High at Big Sky. We had Dane Broadhead on earlier. You can go to JasonWalkerShow.com. Other matchups in the AA, you've got Crosstown and Bozeman tomorrow. Gallatin, winners of 6 straight. Bozeman's won 5 straight. And one of them could be the number 1 seed in the Eastern AA. You also have Billings West hanging out. Billings West plays Bozeman next week, so lots of juggling going on down there in the Gallatin Valley. There's a lot of juggling going on in the Western AA too. It's absolutely nuts. You got Hellgate at Butte, seniors at Great Falls High, CMR at Billings West, and then Glacier is at Flathead. So Crosstown in the Flathead Valley tomorrow as well. There's big ones in Class A football, too. And probably highlighted by Lewistown Billings Central. I saw Central against Laurel earlier, a couple of weeks ago. And Central's tough. You've got Clay Oven. You've got who's the other big running back down there that's really, really good? The heck was his name? They're both 7-0. You got Derek Lear, the head coach at Lewistown, and that game will be played in Lewistown. Gage Norsling, who's a pretty good basketball player, running quarterback this year. and Jet Boyce, who's pretty good. Boyce, big one. Big game last year against the Rams. You've got two really good defenses as well. I mean, it's going to be a fun football game there at Fergus tomorrow over in Lewistown. And man, oh man, I'm excited for. I mean, we have 2 weeks left. 2 weeks in the regular season for football. It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let's see here. Over Missoula, Phineas Colescott of Hellgate, Sentinels Malia Bradford win city championships in cross country. Jackson Strauss of West and Taylor Schierick of West won cross country titles in Billings today. There is also, we mentioned the football game, Flint Creek. Polson is playing Browning right now, and Jarrett Wilson just doing Jarrett Wilson. It's 47-0 in the second half with a running clock, and they're taking on Browning. So lots of good stuff going on in the state right now, this weekend, tonight included. By the way, if you get a chance, go to 406mtsports.com. Victor Flores, along with Bill Lamberty of Montana State, Sports Information Director, Victor from 406 MT Sports. There's a great story that they did about Montana State walk-on Devin Slaughter. Slaughter's a former Army Ranger and has seen action over in the Middle East as far as deployment. And it's a great story. It's just a great read. It talks about, Brent Vegan, one of the quotes in there, Vegan talks about him and says, basically, it's it's absolutely crazy. He says he's a member of this team, quoting Brent Vegan. I think his perspective on what it means to go to battle is completely different than any of our other guys. I mean, man, that right there just plays on the D line, and he's a walk-on. He's got a year left of eligibility after this year, and the dude's pretty impressive. He hasn't played a lot this year, but he's been getting healthy. Tore his hamstring in the spring, had an injury in fall camp, but man, great story. If you wanna read what football means to this guy, Devin Slaughter, go check out 406mtsports.com. You'll get a new appreciation for sure. Started his career, he's from Oregon, started his career at Oregon State. Didn't work out there. So it's a great read. It's called Former Army Ranger Devin Slaughter's Energized Montana State on and off the field. So, oh man, opening segment called The Walk Up is brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes. They really are the premier log home company in the industry. Family-owned, veteran-owned, woman-owned, and operated. They will treat you like family and make sure that you are happy with what they do. They travel to your job site. They finish if need be. They take care of you. Check out Montana Custom Log Homes at yourcustomlog.com today. Man, big football. Big football games this weekend. You've got Frontier on a bye, Cats on the road at Northern Colorado, the Grizz at home against Idaho, and really the only two shows in the state this week. Grizz the only football going on in the state this week as far as college. The Frontier, like I said, on a bye. You've got the regular season winding down, not only in high school, but in college as far as other sports. And man, oh man, this is a great time of the year, right? And I don't know if it's my favorite time of the year. I love the baseball playoffs, less that the Mets aren't in it, but I don't know if I like this time of the year with the football playoffs starting or, March, right? When you've got basketball tournaments and then you've got baseball starting up. Oh, 2 great times of the year for sure. Mid-fall and late winter before spring hits. That's when it really is awesome. I mean, it's great anyway, as long as we have sports, but those 2 times of the year are by far the best. So, all right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. Capital coach Kyle Mihelish is going to weigh in on his team's 7-0 start and look ahead to Sentinel this week. It's a big game. Big game for both teams. And he will break that down. We'll ask him about teddy bears and much more. Also, Travis Rauh from Townsend Football is going to join us a little bit later on in the show. Lots going on. Lots still to come. This is the Jason Walker Show right here. Keep listening. Thank you.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
L&P Grocery offers Boulder a convenient shopping experience, whether you're stopping in for a few things or stocking up for the week ahead. From fresh produce and meat to all the staples you need to feed your family, you'll find it here. L&P Grocery is also proud to have partnerships with local brands and carry products unique to the area. Stop by to exchange propane tanks, pick up fishing tackle, grab your prescription, or get your photo taken at the Pitcher Kiosk. They're delighted to be the one-stop shop for local area Boulder residents who want to support local business. Visit lnpgrocery.com and at 215 North Main Street. Fall is officially here, and now is the perfect time to get your rig tuned up before the big hunt. That means a lift kit from Auto Concepts. An Auto Concepts lift kit will help take you places only the animals can go. And when you do get that big one, make sure you have help to get it home with a winch to pull it out. Or maybe you'll be a good friend and help pull someone out of the snowbank. Check out AutoConceptsHelena.com for more ideas. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number 1, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number 1 is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Do you love to look at photos of Montana, from animals to landscapes and more? Are you looking for a place to get your senior pictures or family portraits done? Are you a business owner looking to upgrade the decor in your offices? Well, look no further than Mark LaRoe Photography. Mark has been shooting beautiful photos all across the Treasure State, from rodeos to portraits, and would love to work with you. Visit marklaroephotography.com to see many masterpieces of his work, then give him a call to schedule your own photo shoot. Or to purchase one of his fantastic pieces, stop by Spirit of the Big Sky Gallery on Custer in Helena. marklaroephotography.com. Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.
Summer, the season to work hard, play hard. The days are heating up and getting longer. The smell of fresh cut grass, the hot sun on your skin. We kidding. We all know you're really thinking about having fun and relaxing at the Copper Club Casino. Meet your friends for a cold one. Play a $5 or two. When you want great service, cold drinks, and fun entertainment, this is the place. The Copper Club Casino, where everybody knows your name any time of year. On Euclid, across from Molendi Center, the Copper Club Casino.
Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients, along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
This is the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show. Segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Check them out at 1010 Dearborn, Helena. Travis Rauh is going to join us a little bit later on, also on this day in history, the walk-off, and much more. What are we checking out some scores still coming in? This is the good thing about doing the show later at night, is you get the school, or they get scores. Polson just went final over Browning, 54-0. Pirates now 4-0 on the season. So there's that. They're pretty good. Oh, that Jarrett Wilson, man. He's a great athlete. Basketball, football, I think track as well, can do it all. Speaking of doing it all, that is what Capital's doing right now on the football field. 7-0, number one team in the state, according to 406mtsports.com Power Poll. Big matchups the next 2 weeks with Sentinel and Helena High. And Kyle Mihelish says it's basically the playoffs right now. And he joins us right now on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline, right here on the Jason Walker Show. You know, the season goes on quicker than it used to be, it seems.
Well, yeah, I mean, it seems to. I mean, I don't know, I guess every year's different, but it seems like I told you before we went on, like you said, I was sitting there thinking yesterday and today, like, man, we got 2 regular season games left. You just kind of get engrossed in the season, and each day is its own day. And I know it's the old cliche of you just try and tackle every day, every week, every game differently, and you don't worry about who's coming up. And I think that's what makes it go by so fast, that you're not looking at the whole season. You're just looking at a minute. Like tomorrow is Friday. It's game day. And that's the only thing in the football world that we're going to worry about. And then when that's over, it's like, okay, now who's next?
Right.
So,
go back to last week.
I think that's...
Oh, go ahead.
That's what allows it to go by so fast, I think.
Go back to last week, Tom Carter, and I know we've talked a lot about him this year, but another big performance for you guys. And I think that this is his breakout year, and obviously, you knew it was coming, but you think he's caught the rest of the state kind of by surprise?
Well, when Dylan Graham got hurt, we as coaches had to come to a solution of, it's not like we weren't going to count on Dylan, but we need to have a 1-2 punch. We need to have a 1-2-3 punch. I mean, there's some things we're still going to do here as the season progresses that we're going to give them multiple looks, multiple running backs. But no, Tom Carter, he is obviously fast. He's a very athletic kid. He understands what we want to do and what we want to accomplish. He and Dylan rotate. We kept Dylan out last week. He just kind of got a little contusion on his quad, but he'll be back. He was ready to go. We warmed him up last week, and we all decided as a group, him, coaches, that it wasn't probably a good idea. And so we're going to be full tilt tomorrow. I mean, we're going to have everybody healthy. We don't have anybody injured. Credit to those kids. They work hard in the weight room. They're good. They're good film kids. They're good in the classroom. So it'll be nice going into tomorrow night's game, just ready to go.
With tomorrow, were you able to watch any film of the Helena High win over Sentinel to look at what they did to combat the Spartans a little, or is it just play capital football?
No, certainly we go back. You know, you got to be careful as a coach, too, how far you go back, because you usually break down pretty seriously 2 to 3 games, because that's what maybe they're settled into offensively or defensively.
Mm-hmm.
Schematically, and how are they playing maybe similar formations that you have and those types of things. But, yeah, we went all the way back. We watched all those games as a staff, and because if you get too many things in the scout books and stuff, then you're kind of watered down and you're not do justice to probably what you're going to see. But, no, we went back and watched both offensively and defensively. And Helena High, you know, they can just consistently played a football game. I mean, they blocked a punt on Sentinel, and then things kind of snowballed. I mean, it was tight at half, and they just played. And they seemed like they didn't get too high, they didn't get too low, and they played consistent. And then, you know, maybe Sentinel panicked a little bit because they haven't been down in a while, and then I think just the wheels fell off the bus. And that's happened to all of us. We've all been in that situation, and credit to Helena High.
Is this a good week for this game against Sentinel because of what's coming up next week?
No, I think it couldn't fall better. I mean, we talked to the kids this week that this is the start of our playoffs. I mean, we have 2 big games going into the playoff season, and this is what we want. I mean, we want to be playing the best teams in the league going into playing the best teams in the league. So I think it's a great fit for us. I really like that this is the situation, as opposed to going to play a 1-6, 1-7, or whatever maybe team. You know, great thing was tonight we had Casey Fitzsimmons come in and talk to the guys, and he said that same thing. He goes, would you rather play a game that means something, or would you rather be playing a game that doesn't mean something? So
sure. And
he had a great message, many different things that he said tonight, and the kids were tuned in. They were listening. They were tuned in. It was good to see, and we had a good walkthrough today. And so, no, I'm excited for tomorrow.
With Sentinel, as we talked to Kyle Mihelish on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline, they're not the same powerhouse they were the last couple of years, but this is still a really good team that's, 6-1, and sitting there right behind you in the standings. I mean, this is still a very dangerous Spartan team. So what are they doing different this year maybe that they have in the past?
Well, you know, one thing that Coach Oliver does is he has some changes here and there when you play him. I mean, all offensive coaches do. They kind of try and maybe give you different formation, different motion, different looks, try to outnumber you on the perimeter or to the boundary, whatever it is. But, you know, they're an athletic group. I mean, their 2 offensive tackles are guys. I mean, they're dudes. They're big. They're physical. So I'm excited to watch that and be a part of that matchup tomorrow with our defensive line. I think our guys are dudes as well. I mean, they can play, and it's going to be interesting to see how that goes over time. As far as we get into the late second quarter, into the third quarter, see who starts to take over. But I mean, Adam Jones, he's the real deal. He's out of the backfield. He's in the formation. He's everywhere. They have good, fast receivers when Jones, say, is not touching it. Riley, the quarterback, he's a real deal. He can throw the ball downfield. Schematically, they do some great things. Defensively, they're I don't want to say basic, but you know, they'll bring pressure. They like the cover 4 look. They'll press the corners up, and we'll challenge some of that stuff and see what they're doing and see what coverage they're in. Special teams wise, they're solid. I mean, it's just going to be a good, hard-fought football game.
Have you looked at anybody in the East recently? I mean, you look at Gallatin, which has won 6 in a row. Bozeman's reeled off, I think, 5 or 6 in a row. West is still West at 5-2. Have you looked at any of these teams from the East and been
No, we haven't looked. I mean, I've kind of looked at West and Bozeman because I know we played them obviously early and we beat them, and so did Sentinel. Just peeked at them over the last couple of weeks, watching maybe 10 minutes of film to see what they've changed. They have new formations. Have they changed personnel? Are they moving guys around? And they are. And in Gallatin as well. We didn't play Gallatin, but, we can look in that huddle pool and watch any film that we want to, but not worried about that right now. But, yeah, you do as a coach. You kind of peek at it and look at it. But they are certainly rolling. I mean, Bozeman's rolling, West is rolling. Like you said, Gallatin's got a good football team. So it'll be interesting to see here in the next couple of weeks what happens with Bozeman Gallatin.
I think they play tomorrow night.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a big game. I mean,
that'll be interesting to see what happens there.
Because they've each got really good quarterbacks. Obviously, their defenses, but quarterback starts it all for every team, and there's some really good ones in the state this year. And that's I think to me from the outside looking in is there's not that one guy that we've seen across the state over the last decade or a couple decades. This
in
year,
the East,
in East West, I mean, it just seems like each team is a team across the AA this year.
Sure. No, there's. It kind of seems like the parity is there in the top teams. I mean, everybody has athletes in the top.
Right.
And, yeah, no, I mean, good football teams. I mean, we play Sentinel Helena High. They're 6-1.
Right.
So, and then, you have Gallatin West and, or Gallatin Bozeman, sorry. And then, Bozeman beats West. So.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, so you got 5-6 teams there that are very capable. I mean, in the West, you have Capital, you never know what's going to happen with Butte because they could score points at any time.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Sentinel and certainly Glacier.
Right.
So these next weeks it's going to be a battle for everybody.
I think, it's hard to predict week by week. And I haven't made any predictions this year because I just never know. I mean, you can count on certain teams you think, but then somebody surprises you. It's like a Cooper Rush coming out of nowhere to lead the Cowboys to 4 straight.
Oh, exactly. My son's a Cowboy fan, and I told him, "You're paying your backup $40 million a year, man. What's going on with that?"
Hey, I'm a Cowboys fan too, so I actually,
there you go.
You know what? I'm going to get your kid. I've got an autographed Gil Brandt NFL Hall of Fame inductee card. I need to.
That's pretty cool.
I'll get one for him. So, because Almquist is a big, Cowboys guy too.
Yeah, Dylan is, and Guy. I give those guys a bad time, but I'm no better with a Vikings fan. But at least I admit it.
Hey, did you know yesterday was the anniversary of the trade that sent Herschel Walker to the Vikings to get 3 Super Bowls?
There you go, for everybody?
Yes, for everybody.
That made the Dallas Cowboys and Jimmy Johnson?
Yes, the greatest trade in the history of sports, maybe.
Well, it certainly was. I mean, you got him a couple Super Bowls.
Oh, man, yes, it did, because you got, you look at that offensive line, Larry Allen, all those guys. Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh,
that is funny.
It is No Bra Day today.
No bra.
No Bra Day today. When you were a kid, did you ever put one on to see?
No, I can honestly say I don't think I've ever worn a bra.
My
mom probably would have slapped me.
Are you 100% sure?
Yes, I am.
That's fantastic. Yesterday was National Take Your Teddy Bear to Work or School Day. Did you have a favorite teddy bear?
I did not have a favorite teddy bear, but I did have a blanket, and somewhere in my mom's garage, she still has it.
Oh, okay.
And so, I guess I had a blankie, and I took that thing with me everywhere.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Hey, Coach, as always, appreciate the time. Good luck tomorrow night against Sentinel. I can't wait for next week, but I gotta get through this week before we can talk about next week.
That's right.
One game at a time.
I appreciate it, Jason.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
That is Kyle Mihelish joining us. Mike Miller, State Farm Hotline. It's not just a bundle. It's your home, it's your auto, it's your life. Mike understands that. Get a hold of Mike Miller, State Farm in Helena today. Yeah, Capital Sentinel tomorrow. Woo, and then Capital Helena High next week. Gallatin Bozeman tomorrow night. Man. If you could be in more than one place at one time, I think those might be the two games you'd want to be at this weekend as far as AA. Oh, man. And then next weekend, too. Oh, great stuff from Coach Mihelish. Appreciate him joining us as always. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Travis Rauh from the second-ranked team in Class B, the Townsend Bulldogs, will join us when we return. Jason Walker Show. This segment brought to you by Ruckers Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Ruckers Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Ruckers, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of the Jason Walker Show. L&P Grocery offers Boulder a convenient shopping experience, whether you're stopping in for a few things or stocking up for the week ahead. From fresh produce and meat to all the staples you need to feed your family, you'll find it here. L&P Grocery is also proud to have partnerships with local brands and carry products unique to the area. Stop by to exchange propane tanks, pick up fishing tackle, grab your prescription, or get your photo taken at the Pitcher Kiosk. They're delighted to be the one-stop shop for local area Boulder residents who want to support local business. Visit lnpgrocery.com and at 215 North Main Street. Fall is officially here, and now is the perfect time to get your rig tuned up before the big hunt. That means a lift kit from Auto Concepts. An Auto Concepts lift kit will help take you places only the animals can go. And when you do get that big one, make sure you have help to get it home with a winch to pull it out. Or maybe you'll be a good friend and help pull someone out of the snowbank. Check out AutoConceptsHelena.com for more ideas. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of the Jason Walker Show.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Do you love to look at photos of Montana, from animals to landscapes and more? Are you looking for a place to get your senior pictures or family portraits done? Are you a business owner looking to upgrade the decor in your offices? Well, look no further than Mark LaRoe Photography. Mark has been shooting beautiful photos all across the Treasure State, from rodeos to portraits, and would love to work with you. Visit marklaroephotography.com to see many masterpieces of his work, then give him a call to schedule your own photo shoot. Or to purchase one of his fantastic pieces, stop by Spirit of the Big Sky Gallery on Custer in Helena. marklaroephotography.com. Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients, along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
Summer, the season to work hard, play hard. The days are heating up and getting longer. The smell of fresh cut grass, the hot sun on your skin. We kidding. We all know you're really thinking about having fun and relaxing at the Copper Club Casino. Meet your friends for a cold one. Play a $5 or two. When you want great service, cold drinks, and fun entertainment, this is the place. The Copper Club Casino, where everybody knows your name any time of year. On Euclid, across from Molendi Center, the Copper Club Casino.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show. Final segment on a Thursday. So, got this really cool helmet. I forgot all about it. My dad brought it up tonight. We had dinner. It's an old helmet. I mean, we're talking 30s, 40s, and we don't remember where it came from, but it was a school back east, apparently, back in the day. Purple, gold, but it is an original, like, legit leather helmet. So, if you know what school had this design on its leather helmets back in the 30s or 40s, maybe even the 50s, get a hold of me, at JWalkerSports on the Twitter. Email Jason at jasonwalkershow.com. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. You know what else is pretty cool? Townsend Bulldogs ranked number 2 in the state of Montana in Class B. Got a big game coming up with Big Timber tomorrow, coming off a big win over Columbus last week. And joining us now to talk about it, for some reason, we only got the back half of the interview, but this is Travis Rauh, the Townsend Bulldogs coach, on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline.
I don't know, a combination, to be fair to the West. It's been kind of the West and the South that have last couple of years kind of had a step up on the North and the East, but I'm sure that will change at some point.
You would think it always goes in cycles. I mean, you look at like Class A. Forever it was the East, and now it's the West that is on top. And it's just who's living where, I guess, at any given time, and for a decade or so.
Yeah, that's very true. Growing up in Miles City area, I was very familiar with the Eastern A, and I mean, and back at that time, we took a lot of pride in the fact that we were from the Eastern A. And nowadays, those teams from the West and the Western A are obviously very tough football teams.
Would you be able to play against the A this year's team?
I believe we could beat a lot of the A teams. The upper ones, we're going to run into trouble there. But I mean, we've scrimmaged Class A football teams in the past, and we've done very, very well. So kind of depending on the years, down years it would be pretty tough, but we've had good years where we've scrimmaged a state semifinalist and felt that we got the better out of the scrimmage. So I believe that we can play with most of them. The ones at the top, they've earned it to be there, and I'm kind of glad we don't have to play them.
Travis Rauh joining us, Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. You go to Big Timber. Go back to that county thing. It's always going to be Big Timber to a lot of people, but What do you expect Friday night?
I expect a very tough game. It's going to be senior night. They've been a little kind of Jekyll and Hyde this year. They've had some games where they've looked very good, and they've had some games where they just haven't looked quite as sharp. And after coming off last week's defeat and it being senior night, I imagine we're going to get their best effort. And the thing that jumps off the tape is, holy cow, they are big up front, really big.
And does that benefit you guys with some speed, though?
Yeah, and in some ways it hurts us, in some ways it benefits us. We just got to find a way to kind of play the game on our terms.
You guys, I mentioned that big win over Columbus, and we talked about the Rocks, but Ryan with 4 touchdown passes just in the first half. But what makes him, what makes him a Rock, honestly? They're all very athletic, and they understand the game very well. And kind of one of the things that he has as a quarterback and his brother had it as well is just they can move on to the next play so well. And they like, if something doesn't go well the play before, it doesn't really affect their next play in the slightest bit. And I guess kind of one of the surprise. I knew he could move around pretty well. I had no idea he was going to be able to move around as well as he has so far this year. Deegan Madsen, big interception last week as well, 91 yards for a touchdown. How good is your defense, really? I mean, we can see it on paper, but when you look at your defense, how good is it?
It's gotten to be a very good defense. That's one area kind of went back to what I said before about getting better every single week. Mm-hmm. And the amount of improvement each and every week that they've done. I mean, if there's something that a team is exposed against us, the very next week, our defensive coaches have done an outstanding job to being able to where, you know what, now we're good at defending that particular thing. So the effort and the way they fly around, they're an outstanding defense, and they're a lot of fun to watch because they make a lot of plays and force a lot of turnovers.
Couple weeks left in the regular season. What's the message to the team?
Message has been, we're in a group of teams that are kind of in the, I guess, kind of the end of season running for seeing how we can do postseason wise, championship wise, and all those things. And it doesn't matter who the opponent is. Our goal is to get better every week and up our level of play. And that's been our message for the last few weeks. And the kids have done a great job of executing that.
It is National Bring Your Teddy Bear to Work or School Day. Do you still have a teddy bear?
I do not. I guess there's an outside chance. My parents, eventually when they moved out of their house, they decided to send a bunch of boxes from my old room. So I guess there's an outside chance there is one down there. But it would be with every baseball card and everything else I haven't seen in I don't know how many years.
What was the best baseball card you had?
Oh, boy. At the time I would have told you my Dwight Gooding and Darryl Strawberries because I was huge into the Mets, but I don't know. Ken Griffey Jr. Rookie cards and Barry Bonds rookie cards. Okay. Probably pretty good.
Do you still follow baseball? Are you covering or following the playoffs at all?
Yeah, I'm kind of still watching, but I lost a lot of interest when the Mets got beat out the other night.
Me too. I've been a Mets fan since '84, so it reminded me of 2008 collapse, the 2007 or 9 collapse, just heartbreaking.
It is fun to be a Mets fan, but it's got to be more heartbreaking than anything else on the planet.
Oh, absolutely. So do you root for anybody else now that the Mets are out, or do you just kind of, whoever wins now?
Well, I will root against the Phillies anytime, any place.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll pick a team who I can stand the most out of who's left, and I'll cheer for that one the rest of the time. But I've yet to make that decision. I've been kind of pouting for a couple days.
So my guess, here's what I said on the air yesterday. No Yankees, no Phillies, no Braves, no Dodgers. kind of a toss-up after that.
Yeah, I would actually say the Padres without a doubt, but the problem is they beat the Mets out, so that's kind of been hard for me. So that's really messing with me right now.
Well, after the season, we'll get together, we'll commiserate about our Mets, and hope for a better next year, and hope they sign DeGrom, because I don't want him going to Atlanta or San Diego.
Oh, absolutely not.
All right, Coach. Hey, good luck this week. Thanks for the time as always, and I'll stop out to get my helmet one of these days.
All right, sounds good. We'll have it ready.
Thanks, Coach.
You bet.
That is Travis Rauh. As you can tell, we chatted last night, and but he still joins us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. Great dude, great team. 2014 state championship, and at Big Timber tomorrow night. All right, let's do On This Day in History. It is October the 13th. It is No Bra Day, and it's in support of breast cancer awareness and research. It is also National Metastatic Breast Cancer Awareness Day, National Train Your Brain Day, Yorkshire Pudding Day. I was actually talking to a member of the Providence men's soccer team today. What the heck is his name? Anyway, he's from England. And he lists bangers and mash as his favorite food. And I'm like, what the heck is bangers and mash? And he's like, you've never heard of it? Basically, it's like German sausage with mashed potatoes and brown gravy. And I'm like, oh, all right, well, that looks good. And so I told him he needs to make me some. We'll see if that happens. But he says his mom makes great bangers and mash. And Marcus John, by the way, is from Birmingham, England. But I don't know where I was going with this. Yorkshire pudding. He asked if I was a Yorkshire pudding guy, and I was like, I've never had it. So he says he's going to make some of that. Grizz Volleyball just beat NAU 3-2 in 5. So there you go. It is also national, well, not national, but it is the Navy's birthday. In this date, in 1775, the first U.S. Navy formed when the Continental Congress ordered construction of a naval fleet. So, by the way, speaking of Argo soccer, it is home matches Friday and Saturday up in Great Falls, and fans are encouraged to wear pink to support breast cancer research. On this date in 1903, the first Baseball World Series ended. Boston Americans beat the Pittsburgh Pirates 3-0 in Game 8 for a 5-3 series victory. 1921, New York Giants beat the New York Yankees 1-0 at the Polo Grounds for a 5-3 series win. It was the last World Series to be played in the best-of-9 format. It was the Yankees' very first World Series appearance. They've made a bunch since then. 1960, Pirates second baseman Bill Mazeroski's bottom of the ninth leadoff home run beats the Yankees 10-9 at Forbes Field, deciding Game 7. 1971, first ever Baseball World Series night game as the Pirates beat the Baltimore Orioles. 1982, the International Olympic Committee, Executive Committee, approved the reinstatement of Jim Thorpe's gold medals from the 1912 Olympics. Now, what's interesting about that is Thorpe, long considered one of the greatest athletes of all time. The day he ran and won in Stockholm, his shoes were stolen. So he dug through the trash and on his way to run in the Olympics, and ended up with two different kinds of shoes, two different models. And try to get this pulled up here. But I'm not sure if we can zoom in enough. I don't know how to zoom. But anyway, and the shoes were too big. One was dark, one was light, and the shoes were too big. So he ended up wearing like 4 or 5 pairs of socks, thick socks, to make him fit. And then he went out and won a bunch of gold medals in Stockholm at the 2012 Olympics. Jim Thorpe. Unbelievable athlete. Played football as well. Happy birthday, Jerry Jones, born on this date in 1942, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys. Nancy Kerrigan, born on this date in 1961. She of the infamous, she won bronze in the Olympics in 92, silver in 94. World Championship bronze in 91, silver in 92. But she's more famous as the Why Me girl with Tanya Harding and Tanya's husband's goons, Galuli's goons, that knocked Kerrigan in the knee with the pipe. It's also Marie Osmond's birthday, born on this date in 1959 in Ogden, Utah. So that is on this day in history. And now it is time for this.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
Walk-off is presented by Cafe Zydeco, where the Big Easy meets the Big Sky. Stop in. Shrimp etouffee, pasta Zydeco, shrimp po' boy, barbecue po' boy, and beignets. The list goes on and on. Cafe Zydeco on Euclid in Helena. Had a great show today. Had a great week. I want to thank Dane Broadhead, Lindsey Day, Travis Rauh, Kyle Mihelish for joining us. Great weekend of football coming up, especially on the high school front. Great weekend. Crosstown and Bozeman. Winners of 11 straight combined. Bozeman Hawks, Gallatin Raptors. You've got 13 straight wins between Helena schools. Capital taking on Sentinel at Vigilante tomorrow night. Oh. I believe the Bozeman-Gallatin game is on SWX, for those of you who are interested. I will not be calling that. I will be watching soccer up in Great Falls. We'll do it again next week. Your Auto Concepts Performance of the Week, the weekend recap, and much, much more. Have a great weekend, everybody. Good luck to everybody playing sports this weekend, and we'll see you right back here next week on Tuesday.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.